Hey guys, so today I am answering your questions. I'm gonna have to do a number of videos on this because there are so many questions you guys have submitted, which is awesome, and I'm just now finally getting around to it. So these are from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So if you are not my Facebook friend, make sure you check the link below, and I'll also put my Twitter handle down there in the info bar too, so you can check that out. And let's jump in because it's gonna be like 5 hours if I don't. All right, so 101 Renita asks, what's your favorite green health drink? I don't actually buy bottled health drinks because I don't feel like they're that healthy, actually. A lot of times they're really, really high in sugar, and the ingredients in there, sometimes there are preservatives, so you just kind of have to be careful. So a green health drink that I make myself is I do a green smoothie, and generally it has half of a frozen banana, a little bit of a liquid to help it blend, either coconut water or coconut milk if I want a little bit of fat in it, or just regular plain filtered water. And then to sweeten it up a little bit, I'll either throw in some strawberries or some pineapple frozen, and then I'll dump in a bunch of spinach, either fresh or frozen. Most of the time it's frozen, depending on the time of year though, of course. And then I like to add a form of a green powder, and my favorite green powder is this. Let me get it. So this is my favorite green powder, and it's called Vitamineral Green. You can see that there. And this is a fantastic green powder. It's 100% vegan, raw, gluten-free, yeast-free. It's all actual food. There's no fillers in here, so you can see it's not diluted with anything like grains or beans or chia, flax, da-da-da-da-da. These are all basically microgreens and greens that you get from land and sea. So in here there's tons of different grasses: barley grass, parsley leaf, wheatgrass, American basil, alma berry, let me see what else is in here, holy basil, yada yada yada. There's also spirulina and chlorella, dulse, so lots of sea kind of vegetables in here too. And plus there are some live probiotics in here as well. So you only take about, a teaspoon or so and dump it into the green smoothie. And the unfortunate thing with this, which to me it's not important, but this is why I put the fruit in my smoothie, it kind of tastes a little bit like fish food because of the spirulina and chlorella and the different seaweeds that are in here. So you do have to sweeten it up a little bit, but the nutrition that it gives you totally outweighs the con of it kind of tasting a little seaweed-ish. So just throw in some pineapple or strawberries and it completely takes that taste away. So I really recommend Vitamineral Green. They're the only green powder that I have found that doesn't have those additional fruits and other things in there. I'm allergic to cranberries, and so a lot of times these green powders will have some sort of a cranberry kind of powder in them. So I have to be personally very, very careful. So that's why I gravitate towards this one, Vitamineral Green. I will link it below if you're interested in checking it out. So thanks for that question. All right, Just Another Modest Mom asks, what is your favorite sweetener for teas and what are your top 5 favorite teas? So my favorite sweetener for tea is actually just raw, unfiltered honey. I don't normally sweeten my teas, but if I do, that's what I reach for. And I get it from a local supplier here within, I think, like a 15-mile radius of my house, so that's really good. And my top 5 favorite teas, let me get them. So here they are, pulling them out of my I have a tea basket. You can see I'm a big tea fan. I'm kind of obsessed, not gonna lie. I will drink tea every single day, so Just Another Modest Mom has obviously caught on to that. All right, so I'll start with my first one. I've talked about this one in the past. This is Tiesta Tea Relaxer, and it is the Nutty Almond Cream. It kind of looks like granola. And it's not granola, but it is a tea. You put it in a tea strainer and let it soak in hot water for about 5 minutes, and you have such a really nice dessert kind of tea. So in here there's apple pieces, crushed almonds, cinnamon pieces, and beetroot. And that is it, and it is so, so delicious. Like apple pie in a mug. I'm obsessed. I love this tea. So that's a really nice dessert tea. Another dessert tea that I really like, I'll grab my tea bag here, is the Red Rose Lemon Chiffon. And it is a decaffeinated black tea blend, and it is gluten-free. All of these teas are, so if that's a concern of you, don't worry about that. It does say it's gluten-free on the website. And this, it says you can add a sweetener if you want. It doesn't need it. I mean, this is like a lemon meringue kind of dessert tea. It tastes so, 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 so good. And it smells really nice too when it's brewing. It kind of like disperses into the air. But the Lemon Chiffon Red Rose decaffeinated tea, love this. I'll also link it below. And then as far as an herbal tea goes, I really like this. I actually just got this kind very, very recently. It's the Tulsi, which is also another name for holy basil peppermint, stress relieving and refreshing caffeine-free tea. It is organic and gluten-free, which is great, and it doesn't have a real strong pungent peppermint. My favorite peppermint only tea is Traditional Medicinals. And it is organic and gluten-free. I'll link that below. I don't have it. I'm out, actually. So I recently picked up this one, and it has kind of a basil and peppermint flavor to it. It's actually really, really good. Really refreshing. You can have it iced too, but they say to use 2 tea bags instead of just one if you're going to use iced tea or make this with iced tea. But amazing. I absolutely love this tea, and I love that it's organic and by Organic India. So there we go. And then I have 3 Numi teas. So actually you're getting a bonus because this is 6 teas. So this is one of my favorite Numi organic teas, also gluten-free. It's the Rooibos, and it does have kind of a vanilla flavor to it, but it is just Rooibos tea. It's a red tea, so the tea actually in your cup is kind of a reddish sort of color. All it is organic Rooibos, as you can see, is not gluten-free, see that right there, and very calming. It's caffeine-free, so it's great to have before bedtime, and it's just organic Rooibos tea, and it's wonderful. Really, really, really good. I really like the Numi brand. All the rest of these teas are Numi. So if I need a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of a pick-me-up, I have to be kind of careful because I can't really tolerate caffeine very well. It makes me jittery, but one that I can tolerate really nicely is the green Numi Organic Jasmine Tea. Jasmine green. And it's a green tea scented with jasmine blossoms. It literally tastes like you are drinking these flowers. It has such a strong jasmine scent. If I could call tea beautiful, it would be this one. It's just a very beautiful aromatic tea. I highly, highly recommend this if you want more of a green or a caffeinated tea. This one is great. And then I do have a loose leaf tea that I really like too. This is also Numi, and it is the Rooibos Chai. And so in here there is organic Rooibos, cloves, allspice, ginger, cardamom, nutmeg, and cinnamon. So when you brew it, it's kind of like an air freshener for your kitchen. It tastes wonderful, it smells so good. And I like to add a little bit of coconut milk or almond milk to this. And for this one, I do add a little bit of a raw honey to it too. And it's just a really nice, spicy kind of tea. I'll open it up so you can see the inside. It looks like bagged potpourri. So there's the loose leaf tea. You can see all the little cardamom pods in there, everything. You just put it into a tea strainer and steep it for a few minutes. So there we have it. Those are my top 6 all-time favorite teas. There are plenty more. I mean, I have a whole basket left of teas that I really like, but those are my top guys. I love them. So the next question is from the Riley family, and they ask, what is your favorite cookie recipe? I actually have 2 favorite cookie recipes, and I will link both of those below. One is a paleo chocolate chip cookie that's made out of nut butter, which is amazing. Probably the best chocolate chip cookie I'd ever made in my life. And then the other one is a really healthy, also gluten-free, rolled oat breakfast cookie, I guess. You can have it for breakfast. It's a really healthy cookie, no egg in it. It's just made with mashed bananas and oats and some spices, and that's about it. So it's really, really great. I will link both of those videos below. So Heather Ward asks, would you consider doing a home tour? I love the wall stickers. She's talking about these things behind my head. I just did a little mini kind of fall decorations home tour, so check that out. It was my last video I just did. And I will be doing a home tour in the future, probably around Christmas time when I have all of my Christmas decorations up. So Devoted for Life asks, what's the most exciting item that you have found at the dollar store? So the dollar store that I go to is the Dollar Tree, and the most exciting, actually I have a couple. So I really like getting greeting cards, like Christmas or birthday or Easter, any kind of holiday kind of cards from the Dollar Tree, because they're so inexpensive. They are, at least at my Dollar Tree, they are 2 for $1, so 50 cents each, which is cheaper than you would get from like a Party City kind of factory card outlet kind of place. So I always go to Dollar Tree for cards because, I mean, they're really nice cards. They're like American Greetings. I mean, they're really substantial, nice cards. So that's like one of my all-time have to go to Dollar Tree items I have to get from there. Another exciting item that I found from there was a broom. They had a broom and a mop for $1. So I was pretty excited to find a broom because it's like you can never find a broom for $1. You just can't. So I like that a lot. And then another exciting item that I have found, they have kind of their version of Pyrex, where it's a glass container, like a food storage container. So a lot of times they'll have those at my Dollar Tree too, and I'll pick some up and kind of just gather them because I store all of my leftovers and food items in glass containers, whether they're ball jars or they're those Pyrex with the little silicone kind of lids on top. And a lot of times Dollar Tree will have those little kind of makeshift Pyrex containers. So those are my top 3. I love the Dollar Tree because of these items. So Sarah Jackson asks, what hobbies would you like to get into or learn? That's a great question. So I make a living out of a hobby. Actually, 2 hobbies. I don't know. Is YouTube a living? I don't know. Whatever. So doing YouTube videos is a hobby of mine that I've been doing for a number of years now. And cooking is another hobby that I share on YouTube, healthy recipes and things like that. That's a big interest of mine. I enjoy home decorating, which I also share with you guys on YouTube. A hobby that I really make my living out of is I'm a music teacher. So I don't know if that's a hobby though. I mean, if you're making money doing it, is that a hobby? I don't know. That's kind of a weird gray line. I would say that that's my biggest hobby is music because that's my everyday. I am teaching or playing every single day of my life. So there's that. I play the flute, for those of you who do not know. I am a flute teacher, but I also teach clarinet, saxophone. I have some really young students that are learning recorder right now. So there's that. If you didn't know, I also play flute professionally around town and in various orchestras, so there's that too. But something else that I'm excited to get into, and I will be sharing with you on YouTube, is I'm going to be doing some beeswax candle making, and I'm excited about that. I just ordered the supplies off of Amazon, and as soon as they arrive, which should be, some of them will arrive tomorrow, and then some of them will be next week because they were from outside suppliers, all with free shipping though, so I'm very excited to share all of those things that I got with you guys. That video will hopefully be going up next week. As long as I can get all the supplies in, I'm very excited to make my own beeswax candles because beeswax candles are so expensive. Like if you just buy them from a beekeeper or whatever, and to ship them because they're heavy, they're just expensive. So making your own is a lot cheaper. And burning those types of candles is so much healthier than burning those paraffin wax kind of candles because they emit into the air toxins that are similar to diesel fuel, so you kind of have to be careful when you're burning scented candles. So I'm going to make my own, and I'm very excited to share that with you. So that's a new hobby that I will be doing. I will be making beeswax candles. So there we go.